सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला।
सिप सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप।
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, and time now for the nation's sharpest opinion. And tonight, as we continue to fight Trumponomics, as we continue to fight Trump's despotic behavior, the important thing is that we are fighting. We're not sitting and doing nothing every single moment. And my information is at many levels, a lot of which I can share, a lot of which I can't. But ladies and gentlemen, I would like to come tonight and assure you that we are not sitting and doing nothing. We are fighting the unfair policies of Donald Trump. And we are doing it in many ways. Today, we are in a position as we fight where the Ministry of External Affairs issues a statement on the US and the EU hypocrisy. We're the only nation in the world of significance which is clearly coming and saying that the EU and US are hypocritical. We're giving factual counters to every allegation alleged on us by Trump. We are fighting every minute. If you're watching this, please pass the video on to everyone else who needs to know that we are in the thick of a battle, and we are very actively in a place where we can say out loud tonight that we are a major economy. Please understand, India is a major economy. We may be 4 trillion today, we'll be 10 trillion tomorrow. We know our future, and we are saying clearly that we will do everything possible to protect our interests. That's the second point tonight, ladies and gentlemen, where we are saying clearly to the world, do not have any dispute. We will be safeguarding our national interest. And Narendra Modi had a very long call with Vladimir Putin today, where I can share with you that both the leaders sat together and they reviewed the progress of our bilateral agenda. Of course, on record, it will be said that this discussion was about the developments in Ukraine. But you know, ladies and gentlemen, yes, the same Ukraine war that Trump has been dreaming to resolve, but to no avail. But when these two world leaders speak, and when they come together, China takes note, America takes note. And Narendra Modi also had a very long phone call with Brazil's President Lula, who is also very angry with Trump. And Brazil's President Lula and Prime Minister Modi discussed America's 50% tariffs and their growing bilateral trade strategy. That's why I'm saying this tonight, ladies and gentlemen. At every minute that you're watching this broadcast, our government, your government, is working 24/7 to counterbalance the impact of Trump's 50% and more tariffs, and yet is aware that even if there's a hit, the government is working 24/7 to make sure that you are not hit. Viewers, Modi will be traveling to China for the SCO summit. Today, the Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson said in a statement that China welcomes Prime Minister Modi to China for the SCO Tianjin summit. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh has put on hold his plans to travel to Washington. There was talk of big trade deals, big defense deals. It's all been put on hold. That also is a form of resistance. By putting those defense deals on hold and saying that our defense minister is temporarily putting his America plan on hold, we are sending a message. And as per sources, I'm saying it to you with all the information and the conviction at my command, ladies and gentlemen. I can share with you that India is planning to hold or put on hold talks to purchase Stryker combat vehicles, Javelin missiles, and some Boeing planes, which anyway have a huge problem. Boeing planes are very bad, from the United States. So when we are doing so, we are also defending our sovereign interest, our decision to trade only with countries that are not inimical to us. because it cannot be one-way traffic anymore. We have to tell America it's not going to be one-way traffic. When Trump imposed 50% tariffs on India, India did not budge. There were a lot of cynics who felt, oh, this is the moment where Narendra Modi is going to blink, but he did not blink. In fact, the Prime Minister asked the people of India to increase their focus on Swadeshi and self-reliance. This is what the Prime Minister had said, which we must remember.
ऐसा कोई भी राजनीतिक दल हो, कोई भी राजनेता हो, उसने अपने संकोच को छोड़ करके देश हित में हर पल, हर बार, हर जगह देशवासियों के अंदर एक भाव जगाना होगा, और वो है हम स्वदेशी का संकल्प लें। हम उन चीजों को खरीदेंगे जिसे बनाने में किसी न किसी भारतीय का पसीना बहा है।
And there's a very large message when the Prime Minister says that it's not about Swadeshi, it's about self-reliance. And we are in a good situation where most of our consumption is domestic. Viewers, when you're in a battle like this, when the world's largest economy, the most powerful nation, wants to push you down, the only way we can win is if we are all together and we are all united. What some leaders of the opposition like Rahul Gandhi is doing at this point of time is not just worrying. It is a dangerous trend of trying to see opportunity in your nation's crisis, of trying to take advantage of the pain being inflicted on your nation, on trying to put salt over the nation's wounds. And for this, the country will not forget and the country will not forgive Rahul Gandhi. Ladies and gentlemen, India is leveraging our diplomatic ties. This is a fight we are in and our government is fighting. We're leveraging our diplomatic ties, which is why even the Chinese embassy tweeted today that India's sovereignty is non-negotiable and its foreign policy choices cannot be manipulated by other countries, no matter how significant their own ties with India are. We do not need this kind of support from China, but it is important that China is realizing that in standing by India, its own interests are also being influenced. This is great power economics. This is great power geostrategy, where great powers, you cannot be great unless you go through challenges. Would we have gone through this challenge if we were a 1 trillion economy? No. Would we have gone through this challenge if our rate of growth had continued on the path that the Congress party had put it down to? No. Why are we facing this crisis? We are facing this. I wouldn't even call it a crisis. Why are we facing this situation? Because America is realizing that unless it puts the brakes on India's economic growth today, it is conceivable that 10 years from now, a resurgent India will put brakes on America's economic engine. That the great manufacturing base, the great intellectual capital, and the great labor force of the country coming together with the enterprise of an average Indian can change the power dynamics in the world, which is why a person like Trump, who says, I believe only in MAGA, says MAGA is bad. I say it's time for MAGA, not MAGA. MAGA will win, not MAGA. Most importantly tonight, I want to make a prediction about Donald Trump. He's going to become extremely unpopular in America very soon. And this is not speculation on my part. I've studied the facts, understood the numbers. And I can only say this to you, that Trump is imposing tariffs on virtually every country in the world. All these tariffs imposed by the United States will significantly impact not super rich billionaire Americans like Donald Trump, but working class Americans who will pay thousands and thousands and thousands more every year in their average bills to run their households, to buy vegetables, to buy petrol, fuel, diesel, gas, and to pay for their rent. Ladies and gentlemen, Trump is going to make things miserable for Americans. Tariffs will make Americans pay. All these tariffs will be paid not by the American government, but by the American people. If Trump says billions in tariffs are flowing into the US, but they are really paid by Americans, that means he's putting a tax hike on his own supporters. This is not a victory for Americans. This is going to be the biggest defeat for Americans. Trump is trying to fool the people of America that they will benefit. No, the reality is they will pay for his geopolitical blunders. What do we need to do at this point of time? We need to make this man realize that is what is really obnoxious is the shallowness and hollowness and arrogance of his approach. Which is why, once again, to everyone watching this tonight, I'm coming tonight every day putting out information to you. We're winning this. But as I just told you, we're not sitting idle. our government, your government, is fighting every minute to make you win? Let's debate.
हमारे लिए अपने किसानों का हित सर्वोच्च प्राथमिकता है।
US President Donald Trump has no answers to Prime Minister Modi's resolute response on the tariff bullying.
भारत अपने किसानों के, पशुपालकों के और मछुआरे भाई बहनों के हितों के साथ कभी भी समझौता नहीं करेगा। और मैं जानता हूं व्यक्तिगत रूप से मुझे बहुत बड़ी कीमत चुकानी पड़ेगी, लेकिन मैं इसके लिए तैयार हूं। मेरे देश के किसानों के लिए, मेरे देश के मछुआरों के लिए, मेरे देश के पशुपालकों के लिए आज भारत तैयार है।
After Prime Minister Modi's first ever response to his tariff tirade, Trump did what he knows best: shift the goalpost. This time, putting the trade negotiations on hold.
To follow up on the India tariffs, do you expect increased trade negotiations, since you've announced the 50% tariff?
No, not until we get it resolved.
While Trump had earlier spoken about secondary sanctions, the pause of the trade negotiation was new but not unexpected.
Please.
Indian officials have said that there are other countries that are buying Russian oil.
It's okay.
Like China, for instance,
It's
buys
okay.
more.
Yeah.
Why are you singling India out for these additional sanctions?
It's only been 8 hours, so let's see what happens over the next.
Sanctions
you're going to see a lot more.
So this is a taste of
You're
what's
going to
to
see a
come.
lot more. You're going to see so much secondary sanction.
Later this month, on August 25th, US negotiators were set to visit India for the 6th round of talks. The status of the visit, just like the tariffs, is now in suspended animation. Meanwhile, back home, the opposition, which was earlier talking tough on Trump and questioning the government, has gone completely silent.
Yes, he's right. I mean, everybody knows this, except the Prime Minister and the Finance Minister. Everybody knows that the Indian economy is a dead economy. I'm glad that President Trump has stated a fact. पूरी दुनिया जानती है कि इंडियन इकोनॉमी इज अ डेड इकोनॉमी।
देखिए, मशहूर हिंदी फिल्म गाना था संगम का, दोस्त दोस्त न रहा, दोस्त दोस्त न रहा। प्रधानमंत्री को भी जानकारी होगी इस गाने की। दोस्त दोस्त न रहा, दोस्त दोस्त न रहा, ट्रम्प यार हमें तेरा एतबार न रहा। हाउडी मोडी कराया, नमस्ते ट्रम्प कराया, अगली बार अब की बार ट्रम्प सरकार कराया। फोटो ऑप हुई, व्हाइट हाउस चले गए। हमारे विदेश मंत्री फर्स्ट रो में बैठे हुए थे जब राष्ट्रपति ट्रम्प शपथ ग्रहण हो रहा, वो व्हाइट हाउस में जब रिसेप्शन हुआ, ये सब दावे किए गए।
Meanwhile, in Parliament, the politicization of the tariff war continues.
कांग्रेस पार्टी तो बार बार कह रही है कि प्रधानमंत्री जी ये मत कहो कि ट्रम्प साहब मेरे दोस्त हैं, तो अब भी तो उनका नाम लेके तो बोल ही नहीं रहे। वो इनका नाम लेके, इंडिया का लेके बार बार वो बोलते हैं, ये क्यों नहीं अमेरिका का नाम लेके बोल सकते?
The big question remains: the same opposition that once stood as the self-proclaimed defenders of the farmers, why are they towing a pro-Trump line against India's stand for its farmers?
And we have Shalabh Shelly Kumar. He's founder of the Republican Hindu Coalition. He was chair to 2016 Indian American for Trump's campaign. Been very close to Trump in the past. I don't know now. But Shalabh, what's going on here? I mean, you thought that Trump's coming is going to be good for India. It's been a disaster. It's been a disaster. He's got it all wrong. He's very anti-India. And if he continues this way, then the relationship is going just down the barrel, right? So, broad question to you. Is this a temporary or is this his permanent position?
Arnab, the day the Trump administration decided to put the second 25%, making it now 50% tariff on India, which is 25% or 20% higher than on China, 30% higher than on so many other countries in the region, I decided to break my silence and not wait for autocorrection. A lot of people believe that there is going to be an autocorrection because world's two largest, one most powerful, one largest economy in the world, and India is supposed to get by 2030 to be the third largest economy in the world, whereas India is so strategically important in the Indo-Pacific region, as our existential threat is China. President Trump knows that, and India knows that. So it's time to speak. It's time to not just wait. And we have decided to launch a campaign. You know me very well for almost 15 years. We have a great support in U.S. Congress. We have 50 members of Congressional Hindu Caucus. I'm a policy advisor to them. And of course, the Republican Hindu Coalition. And so we are going to launch a campaign to have this correction, which is going to happen, but the correction actually take place sooner than later. I would like to show to your viewers a book. See if you could see that. Chinese Colonization of America, and the only man who can stop this. I think you can recognize the picture. Guess who approved the cover of my book, this book? Who approved this? And who agreed to write a foreword for this book? Who has touted, taken this book out in public speeches, is none other than President Trump. So he knows what the policy needs to be, that U.S.-India alliance is crucially important for America. But the way we are sort of going at it is needs correction.
1 minute, Shalom, are you saying that the Republican Hindu Coalition is going against the decision of Donald Trump to impose the 50% tariff?
Well, I'm going to watch what I say. I am going to say that it's time for Republican Hindu Coalition to speak up, break the silence, and not just wait for autocorrection. And we are definitely of the hope that it is going to get corrected, and we are going to be back to
what is the position of the Republican Hindu Coalition? You say you have 50 members of Congress supporting you. You have considerable support, political clout across the USA. But what is your position? I mean, you've got to take a position. Is Trump right or wrong? Is Trump right or wrong in doing what he's doing? Don't sit on the fence, Shelley.
Trump administration is ill-advised. This is not the way to treat India, the fourth largest economy, soon to be the third largest economy in the world.
1 minute, this is breaking news. 1 minute, Shelley, you've been the biggest supporter of Trump that I know, after perhaps members of his family, and you are saying that Trump has got a policy towards India. It's ill-advised. It's wrong.
It's on the wrong course. The course has to be corrected, and there has to be enough pressure put on the Trump administration. I am going to go and make a public announcement and say that, I'm fairly close to the Trump administration, but his advisor group right now, I could say categorically, they don't know how to deal with India. Now, I could have, this was my plan back in February, March, before Operation Sindoor, before Pahalgam, that we could even convince India to buy F-35s. And at that point, the talk was that U.S.-India relationship business is going to grow to $500 billion a year by 2030. So that's the conversation was at that time and could have happened until April 22nd. Pahalgam happened, and we all know what what went on there. And so
is he working on some personal peeves? Does he have any personal peeve with Prime Minister Narendra Modi?
I don't think so. No, I don't believe so. I think it's the set of advisors who know what to do, but they just are going the wrong way. They don't know how to interact.
But when he got elected, a lot of people said there are so many people of Indian descent or some Indian original, sort of Indian connections who are there in his close circle. Did that make no impact?
That is in different departments, and I wish they were a little more vocal, Kash Patel and Tulsi, and that they were a little more vocal, but they are in different departments.
You're saying this. I mean, are you still holding the position? A founder of the Republican Hindu Coalition. Are you still holding an executive post in that body?
Yes. I'm a founder. I mean, I'm not very active every day. I'm the founder of Republican Hindu Coalition. My son Vikram is the chairman of Republican Hindu Coalition.
So as the founder and the most powerful person in the Republican Hindu Coalition, you're going anti-Trump on this?
Well, I would say I'm going to not use the words anti-Trump. I'm going to say a course correction is needed, and we are going to do everything possible. You're showing the picture of some of the people I know very well, Miller and Marco Rubio, and you had former NSA, Mike, and so, Marco Rubio, I've worked with him for a long time. And so, these people, they want to. I mean, I will say that for sure. President Trump and these people want to have a course correction. They don't want to see this thing going the way it is going. But they need to learn how to talk to India. I mean, this whole issue of dairy products, agriculture products, they should leave that alone. It's practically impossible for any Indian government to go against 700 million people. It's not going to happen. So leave that alone. That's not that important. It's just the way they are approaching the whole situation needs a correction.
Well, that's interesting you're saying this. Interesting you're saying you're not going to be popular. He doesn't talk to you anymore, is it? You can't pick up the phone and talk to him anymore.
Well, I see him once in a while. I mean, not just pick up the phone and say that this is not in. I have been sort of silent on this issue, but at this point in time, I've decided to break my silence, and I am going to become a lot more active in this. There is something else which actually,
what's going on between Trump and Pakistan? Has his family been bought over? I'm just going to be very direct, because has his family been bought over here? Because he likes personal gifts. People say he took his 400 billion Boeing aircraft from Qatar as an unconditional gift. I mean, there is talk that his family's been compromised, a crypto deal or something with Pakistan. Is that true?
I'm not going to go there. There are a lot of speculation, lots of different speculation. I will tell you this. Just before the election, and you were a big supporter, you helped me out a lot. And this time around, we got among the 3.3 million Hindu voters in the country, and specifically in the battleground states, to vote 85% for Trump. Okay, at that time, if you remember, he had issued a strong tweet condemning the genocide against the Hindus in Bangladesh. and it was very well received. We utilized that, was about a week before the election, and launched a several $1 million campaign based on that, as well as your statements there. I told you that you'll be extremely helpful. And so, Trump won. I like to go back to Trump 1 plus and not Trump 2. In Trump 1, actually, you had pointed out in one of your programs, I watch it as much as I can because it's the best program on debate in India. You had pointed out that on January 1st, 2018, President Trump had tweeted this: "The United States has foolishly given Pakistan more than $33 billion over the last 15 years, and they have given us nothing but lies and deceit, thinking of our leaders as fools. They gave safe haven to the terrorists. We hunt in Afghanistan with little help. No more." Now, how did we come from that tweet to inviting the person responsible for the Pahalgam attack for a lunch with President Trump? It's beyond imagination. It's beyond, I consider Asir Munib to be just like General Musharraf, who caused the Kargil attack on India. So 1998-99 period. So we all know that. So to equate Pakistan, that's a nation of terror. To equate with Pakistan is abysmal. And we are going to seek from Congress, as well as from an endorsement from President Trump himself, that if Pakistan engages in another activity like Pahalgam, they be declared as a terrorist nation. That's another part of the campaign we are engaged.
Is Trump angry because Narendra Modi did not meet him while he was a candidate? Because he had announced that I'm going to be meeting Narendra Modi, and that meeting did not happen because the Prime Minister came there and there was no meeting with Donald Trump. Some people have speculated that that's one of the reasons he's upset.
That's a little bit. It's not really that much. I can assure you that.
But it is a little bit. It is a
little bit of a factor that, kind of on the corner of your eye, you sort of notice that. But that's really was not a factor. I will say this again. He has gotten a set of advisors who do not know how to deal with India. They can't deal with India like they deal with Vietnam or Pakistan or Indonesia. India is the fourth largest economy and soon to be the third largest economy in the world. So how could you deal like that? And it's the largest democracy. You can't deal. It's not like Vietnam. There's let's say, communist government, and the head of the government can do whatever they want. India is a democracy. So India has opposition. Not so wise these days, but it's a democracy. So, people have different opinions. And there are, 50 different talk shows in India, free press. They're going to talk about it. So you cannot treat India the way you treat other little smaller countries and not democracies. And at the same time, you have to keep in mind that you have to keep in mind what the overall stake is. I would really like to ask some of President Trump's advisors dealing with India if they even know what happened in 1971. Get my point?
Yep.
So it's just ill-advised.
It's a lot of lack of trust, Shalabh. It's a lot of lack of trust here. Right now, we are feeling extremely hurt. and we are very upset. But we've been watching this, and as you know Narendra Modi. He is not a pushover. He's a tough guy, and
Absolutely,
he's a tough guy. He's not going to take anything lying down at all.
Yeah. No, he's handling it the best he can under the circumstances, and very careful, extremely careful words, statesmanship like words. I mean, that. I don't know whether you saw that in your own with your own eyes. I had chairman of Congress of House here in the United States declaring Modi as the Ronald Reagan of the world. I had coined the phrase Ronald Reagan of India, but they went beyond me to declare him as the Ronald Reagan of the world.
I think so. Shalabh, I'll only conclude by saying this, that all of this, I said yesterday, that Narendra Modi is emerging as the true leader of the global South. But this is bad, and I hope it gets resolved, but it doesn't look like it's imminent. But you have an important role to play. What you said today is significant. I'm going to take this. It's going to go viral on digital media. The head and founder of the Republican Hindu Coalition saying that he's going to be launching a campaign to try and influence Trump's policies away. He's going to try and weigh in to make sure that 50% Trump tariff and one-sided trade war comes to an end. That's Shalabh Shelly Kumar. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, to Shelly for joining us tonight from the US. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Tide is turning. Sanju Verma, that comment was unexpected out there. So even in America, important Republicans are beginning to weigh in and say something's going wrong. But what about our own opposition, Sanju? What about our own opposition?
Arnab, that was an excellent interview, and no one covers geopolitics like you do. I just want to say one thing, that if you look at Rahul Gandhi and the entire opposition, right from April 22nd, when the horrifying Pahalgam terror attack happened, and then thereafter, on the 6th and 7th of May, when we undertook that decisive action against Pakistan, the entire Congress has been behaving like the newfound Charan Chumbaks of Donald Trump. This is the same Donald Trump who in 2019 and in 2021, even when he was not in office, he's been repeatedly saying that India is the best place to do business and the best country to do business with. That time Rahul Gandhi said, oh no, we don't believe Donald Trump. He is a very temperamental guy. But today, Donald Trump jo kehte hain, that becomes the gospel truth for the opposition. I will only, leave your audience with this, Arnab. As you rightly said, you don't put a gun to the head of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Narendra Modi does what he does, and I think when our NEA said that the additional 25% tariff by the Donald Trump dispensation is unfair, unjustified, unreasonable, it could not have been more clearer than that. And we've clearly said we are not caving into pressure, be it Prime Minister Modi going to attend the SEO summit at the end of this month, be it the Vice President of Brazil coming down to India in October, be it the talk that Prime Minister Modi had a couple of hours back with Putin, be it Ajit Doval's meeting with Putin less than 36 hours back. If you look at the entire scenario, Prime Minister Modi is very clear that we will be protecting our dairy sector, our farm sector, our agricultural sector. We will not allow genetically modified crops. And I tell you one thing. So what if India has an agricultural tariff of 34%? The agri tariff in Switzerland is 57%. The agri tariff in Norway is 31%. The agri tariff in Thailand is 28.5%. The agri tariff in Iceland is 33%. The agri tariff in European Union with respect to fruits and vegetables
Okay.
High tariff.
Okay, we're having counter fund from Tausif.
Sanju has already conceded the defeat when she is talking about countries which has more than 50% tariff. By acceding that yes, by defending that the imposition of 50% tariff on India or 47% according to her is okay. She has conceded. Instead of raising a strong voice against the President Trump, she is defending imposition of high tariff on India. That is the conceit. She is conceding our defeat. Mr. Prime Minister Modi is appearing weak and tied, as if his hands are tied in front of President Trump. India is a big continent, is a big country. in all its right is a continent in itself. It's a world in itself. India is the biggest consumer. Why should India bow down to a country like America so that America can come and sell their goods to us at a higher price?
We might. How do you know why you second guessing the Ministry of External Affairs?
India can survive on its own, and the Prime Minister needs to take a strong.
I would like to appeal to you. I would like to appeal to you. Tosi, 1 minute. I would like to appeal to you and through you to all the people who are supporting the opposition tonight that see, just Sanju 1 minute. See, just 1 minute. Sanju 1 minute. I request you, Harish and Pankaj also on the debate. See, Harish and Pankaj and Tosif, at this time, I request you, play for Team India. Don't play for Donald Trump. If you play against Team India now, like the Congress party is doing, the people of the country will not forgive you. If you are saying that our country is to blame for Trump's tantrums, you are taking an anti-Modi and pro-Trump position.
Our Prime Minister is to be blamed.
Our Prime Minister is not to blame.
Not equate,
our Prime Minister, that's horrible opportunism. I'd like to bring in Harish right now, so the debate includes others. Thank you, Harish. Harish.
Yeah, Arnab, speaking against Mr. Modi is not anti-India. First of all, we have to re-emphasize again and again. And number two, any sovereign nation like the greatest Indian democracy wouldn't budge to Mr. Donald Trump, who is a known bully for that matter. Number three,
Harish, can I make a point to you? Harish, just you and me only on the screen. Harish, I want to make a point to you. Harish, listen to me. Harish, listen. I agree, speaking against the Prime Minister is not speaking against the country. I agree, you have every right to criticize the Prime Minister. Completely, I agree with you. But at this point of time, when you say that it is not Trump's position which is wrong, but Indian diplomacy which is wrong. When you say the problem, not you, let me allow me to complete. You see, what Kharge is saying is that our diplomacy is dithering. Kharge is saying Trump brokered the ceasefire. Kharge and Congress party Rahul Gandhi is saying our economy is dead. Kharge is saying Kharge is blaming India. 1 minute. It is wrong. One last point. Kharge is saying that we failed to negotiate a trade deal. We went to America, but you see, Harish, we cannot compromise on our dairy producers, on our farmers.
Totally.
And neither would you.
We accept
so
that.
If we are holding on, we would fail. I would argue we would fail if we were to give in to Trump.
No,
wouldn't you agree with that?
We are not giving to Trump. How does Trump hold the Trump card of taking a $1 billionaire entrepreneur's case which is happening in US as a Trump card to blackmail our Prime Minister? This is
what evidence do you have of that, Harish?
There are so
what
many
evidence do you have of that? 1 minute. Harish, see. Now, you have got to pay. I'm going to get Sanju on this one. Now, you're making an allegation that Trump is blackmailing India because of Adani. You have not a single iota of proof beyond your...
I have not taken down any name. It is
whatever. I mean, everybody knows what you're talking about. If you are talking about anyone else, name the person. But I would say to you today, Harish, see, you're not taking names, you want to be legally safe, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's assume you're not talking about Adani. Would you like to tell me who you're talking about?
That the public pose will...
Okay, no. My question to you is, since you're saying that this blackmail is on the basis of an Indian corporate house or an Indian industrial giant or anyone, right? Whatever the case may be, I and you are not taking names. You've denied you've referred to any particular company, be it Adani or
Then what stops our Prime Minister
my question to you is, my only question to you is, Harish,
a single SR law would have entirely cleared the head.
Harish, be realistic here. Be realistic here. Harish, 1 minute. Harish. How Trump is behaving with China has to do with nobody but about his approach on tariffs. He would impose tariffs on anyone if he could, from the highest to the smallest country.
For China.
He gave but just 1 minute. He raised tariffs 4 times in China before that, and then pulled it back himself, right? Was Xi Jinping...
And he's calling a rogue nation like
No, was
Pakistan
Jinping responsible for that?
Time.
Was Jinping responsible for that?
No,
no, you can't pull back.
You should accept that our geopolitical diplomacy has been completely failed.
On the contrary, I would say he's handling it extremely well and firmly. Sanju.
If that is going to happen and benefit the entire 1.4 billion of Indians, then we are welcoming that.
Not giving in the wake of the extreme pressure of the Americans is going to benefit the people of India. Yes, Sanju.
If that is happening, then we are welcoming that.
Sanju.
अरे भाई साहब आपने बोल ली थोड़ी शांति रखिए थोड़ा सुनिए you don't have to just keep blabbering on the show you have to listen to the other side
madam now
you're making zero sense stop blabbering
நீங்க பேசுற ஹிந்தி நீங்க பேசுறதுனால கரெக்ட் நான் பேசுற தமிழ் உங்களுக்கு புரியுமா so come in English channel speak in English and let everyone understand so don't blabber anything okay
there are three things I want to mention on your show
to argue
I refuse to debate because Arnab, I don't know what is wrong with you. Okay. You allow these guys a free run when I'm talking. Chaliye, chillaiye. Keep shouting like a madman. Shout. Let me see how much you can shout. Chillaiye. I will start when you're done. I will start once you stop shouting like a madman. Chalo, chill out.
No, every Indians know who's a madman. Don't go ahead in personal attack. This is what the BJP is meant for. If you want to go ahead and attack an English channel...
What is this madman, madwoman argument? Can we elevate the debate, please? Can we elevate the debate? Nobody's mad here.
Speak with sense. Speak with sense, okay?
Can I please come in?
Go ahead and do that.
Arnab, I don't know who this madman is. Can I please come in? Thank you.
Why do you have to describe everyone as mad if you disagree with them, Sanju? That's not right. And you also don't need to respond.
Can I please make my
Anyone who
point,
disagrees with you is not mad.
There are three things I would like to mention. Arnab, there are three things I would like to mention. Nobody gave Narendra Modi half a chance. He signed the very important comprehensive economic trade agreement with the ASEAN nations in 2022. Nobody gave Narendra Modi half a chance. He signed the free trade agreement with Australia in 2022. But the big daddy of them all, the big daddy was the free trade agreement signed with United Kingdom in July 2025 by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, whereby our bilateral trade with the UK will go up from $58 billion to more than $110 billion in less than 4 years. 75,000 Indian workers in the United Kingdom don't have to pay social security payments. And guess what? $21 billion worth of trade in labor-intensive sectors will now attract zero tariffs thanks to the FTA signed by Prime Minister Modi with his counterpart Keir Starmer. So my limited point, and by the way, today the top three nations from where we get our FDI are Singapore, Luxembourg, and Mauritius, not USA. The top three countries from where we get our NRI remittances are UK, Saudi Arabia, and Kuwait, not the USA. So my limited point is, in his last 11 years, very deliberately, Prime Minister Modi has ensured that we don't put all our eggs in one basket as far as trade is concerned, as far as foreign policy is concerned. And don't forget, China supports India when it comes to the penalizing tariffs that Donald Trump has imposed. And that is the reason Prime Minister Modi is going to the SCO summit on the 31st of August. And
anyway, I would say that just one small point and an aside before I go to Pankaj. Trump says that the Indian economy is a dead economy, in which case the natural question, Pankaj, I would ask on an aside, why is the Trump family investing 175 crores in real estate projects in Mumbai, Pune, Kolkata and Gurugram? He's putting 175 crores of his own money into real estate projects. Not a small amount. Right? I know he's a very rich man, but he's putting in his own money into real estate in India. Why would he do that if it was a dead economy? The point is, Pankaj, Pankaj, play for Team India this time. Play for it, for once. Play for Team India. Come on.
Everyone is playing for Team India. Everyone is playing for Team India. Who is not playing for Team India? You know, I was very carefully listening to your conversation. Please, Sanjuji, listen to others also. Mr. Goswami, I was listening to your conversation with Shalabh Kumar Shelley very carefully, and I would like to say that I agree with most of his points, but it doesn't absolve our Prime Minister from his responsibility. For all these years, For all these years, he was gathering thistles. He was gathering thistles, and now he is expecting pickles. How can it be possible? This is not this. The entire thing is not between two nations. This entirely is between two individuals, two whimsical, hyper individuals.
Rahul Gandhi is a sore loser who does not
Election
respect
Commission has no respect for the democracy in India.
Does not respect
Election Commission has no respect. Election Commission and BJP, they have no respect for democracy in India. You are killing the democracy. The blood of democracy is on the hands of BJP and Election Commission both. Rahul Gandhi has raised some very valid questions in his press conference. Let the Election Commission reply to his questions. See your all these kiddish arguments have no meaning. Try to debate. Don't give all these kiddish arguments.
Speak about your own army. Does Rahul Gandhi have any pride in the idea of India? No. Does Rahul Gandhi have any pride in the Samvidhan ki Lal Kitab, which he showcases on the
who is wearing the uniform of the Air Force and putting all his life-size hoardings everywhere across the country? Who is taking the advantage? Who is exploiting armies?
Parliament at taxpayers' expense. आपको मलाई खानी है. You want all the perks of being a MP, and then you abuse the Election Commission, you abuse the Prime Minister of the country, you abuse the judicial process, you abuse the...
Ask the Election Commission to give proper replies to Rahul Gandhi's queries.
Tausif.
What Rahul Gandhi has presented.
You see,
very serious facts.
1 minute.
Let the Election Commission reply to them.
Tausif, these things change. These things change. And I'll tell you where I think the opposition may be getting it wrong. You're putting the Congress is betting on Donald Trump's criticism of the Indian economy, calling it a dead economy. However, Donald Trump, the only thing consistent about Donald Trump is his inconsistency. It is entirely likely that tomorrow Donald Trump will say, okay, I've made up with Russia. I only used India as a linchpin. Modi didn't give in. And he's going to come for the Quad meeting. He's going to meet Modi and he's going to say great things about India. He's then going to say that the Indian economy is great, the Indian people are great, and Modi is a great guy. Now, the question is, he's most likely going to do that, by the way, let me tell you. Tell me, how will you look? You look very stupid then. Because you supported him when he said the Indian economy is dead. Will you then support him when he says, no, I was wrong, the Indian economy is doing great? You're going to have scrambled egg on your face then, or poached egg, or whatever you like.
No, Arnab, you have asked a question, who looks stupid?
Yeah.
Who will look stupid? The Prime Minister, with the public money, did such a grand function called Namaste Trump. And there was equally another function called Howdy Modi. The people of India, the BJP and Sangh Parivar, they were doing Havan.
Why is your stomach aching? She's asking you. She's asking you, why is your stomach aching?
This bonhomie, this friendship, what has this earned to our country? All lakhs and crores of rupees is spent on making rapport and doing Namaste Trump and all those PR activities that India is great and Modi is great friend is Trump. What is the result? Who is stupid? Did Mr. Modi played his part as a friend? He invited him. He gave him respect. We did Havans and Pujas for Akbar.
To be giving protection to illegal aliens from Bangladesh. As a highest paying taxpayer, I don't want Mamata Banerjee to give shelter to illegal Rohingyas. Now you tell me if you really pay any tax, I doubt. You're a paid Darbari, and paid Darbaris don't pay taxes, as far as I know.
All this is being done at the behest of Prime Minister Modi, who guaranteed that Trump is his friend. Mr. Modi guaranteed that Trump is very close friend of Mr. Modi.
Largest economy thanks to Prime Minister Modi.
Now
We are the
Trump is
world's
not listening to Modi.
fourth largest in terms of forex reserves thanks to Modi. We have the world's sixth largest stock market thanks to Modi. We have the world's seventh largest gold reserves thanks to Modi.
Event.
Okay, I ask you, Harish, the biggest issue facing Indian agriculture today, is genetically modified crops, right? I think the good thing is, if there was any doubt in anyone's mind, what is the Narendra Modi government's intention on this? Are we going to be influenced by, American capitalists? I think it's good, isn't it, that it's become amply clear that the Modi government will not compromise. Similarly, there was apprehension that when these talks were going in and Piyush Goyal was having these rounds of talks, let me tell you frankly, there was apprehension. Are we going to be giving in on dairy products? Are we going to be giving, fishermen? And you, as in the opposition, would have been the first if Narendra Modi had given an inch on any of these issues. You would have hit the streets. Aren't you actually happy that the government is not compromising?
Arnab, as I said earlier, if that is the only notion or only budging point on this trade deal, then we welcome it, because if the national interest, the farmers' interests are the predominant backbone of this country's economy. But saying that, the mission $500 billion bilateral trade, which was being promulgated by Mr. Modi and his cutest friend Donald Trump, has stated that the $500 billion would be the bilateral motto. But what we are doing is almost $122 billion where the trade deficit. Madam, I haven't interrupted you. Don't. You are only preaching. You are proving who is the mad woman here to the public.
No, don't say mad woman.
Stay calm. Let allow someone to respond. Why are you blabbering something? At least hear something. Madam, please be silent. Arnab, put her in silent mode. She is not allowing anyone to speak. Then how you will have the panel of members to describe their points? And now I am coming to the point. 2.6% is our overall export when it comes to India. But the economy's deficit of $46 billion is what Mr. Trump's anticipation is all about. Because we are exporting the double than our imports from USA. So that is which is making Mr. Trump as being jittery. But as any sovereign nation, if that is the only genetically modified pharma product is the only deal which India is trying to break with Mr. Oh God. Madam, you blabber. Now you are proving who is the mad woman.
Okay, viewers, I think the important thing my takeaway is actually, while there isn't any consensus among political parties, there is a growing consensus in America, even within the Republican Party, that Trump is going the wrong way with India. I would watch the space very closely. Don't rule out a rollback by Trump next week. I don't know. I have a feeling he's going to have to eat his words this time. Have a great weekend. See you soon. Good night and goodbye.
Time for a quick breather. Arnab will be
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।